Hello. It is a pleasure to connect with you all through a virtual realm. And I guess today I just kind of wanted to speak about the idea that consumerism versus creativity are like they're like the opposites. And this just came to me because I was watching a video on someone speaking about how we are so close to source when we're creating, because we're literally channeling the divine through us into something physical, like when we're creating art or when we're baking or when we're creating an outfit. As you can see, my outfit area behind me, and all of these things, when we're doing them, like when we're writing and stuff, we are so close to the place where we came from, because we come from infinite source intelligence. That is our home, we are creating this reality. I feel like creativity, when we're channeling and through these ways that I spoke about, when we're doing those such activities, it can really bring abundance into our life because we're in that state of such connection. It's that higher frequency. That's why sometimes you can feel so good after making a beautiful painting or something, or you can feel so full after emotionally full after cooking something very beautiful and delicious, and it's like creativity can come in a lot of different ways. But I do think consumerism, scrolling and stuff like that, is kind of the opposite. When you think of it in a certain lens, you're scrolling and you're not creating anything, you're taking it in. You're taking in media. And that's why I think maybe the solution to social media and its growing impact on us and the generations that are coming, like my generation and those who are going to grow up mostly on knowing social media and having that thrown at them as they grow up. I think something that can be a healing balm over that is creativity, because it's like the opposite, consuming versus creating, taking in versus bringing out into the world. It can help the taking in by being creative. So maybe this video is going to inspire you to maybe do something creative in life, or do something that really lights you up, because that can be so beautiful to take part in. And I think, the powers that be, the government and all of that, society may be pushing social media towards us. Yeah, it has beautiful, great things. It connects people and it brings us ideas maybe we wouldn't have thought of otherwise through Instagram and videos. But there's also a downside. Some of the thoughts that we do ponder and we get is literally just from a video, and we're like, oh, maybe that's fact. But sometimes a lot of the stuff we see on social media, it's just someone's perspective or a video making it seem a certain way, when in reality it's something different. And I think with media, we're just being taught to just consume what's in front of us and not really look at the facts, to take what we're given and swallow that pill, instead of really digging deep and doing our own research. What do we believe? In social media we can get all of these different viewpoints and beliefs on what we can think about a certain person or what we can think about a certain event that's happening. But when in reality, when we take a step back and we're like, okay, well, what do we think about that? What do I think about religion? When we really think about these things, I think coming to our own conclusions about things is such a beautiful and individual thing we can all do. And I think there's just such an importance to that. And I think it's a little bit harder now to come up with our own beliefs, because we're being fed so much. Again, with the consuming more than we're creating, we're being fed a lot of things, and it's easy to just accept what we've been given and to just choke it down, instead of saying, no, I'm not accepting that. I don't believe that. I don't care that everyone's pushing that down my throat. I'm not going to believe that. I'm going to make my own decision about that, and I'm going to go against the narrative. That's pushing back, and I think that is really powerful, and that is what's going to create the new future for us, because darkness has to fall in order for light to come in. When you crack open Pandora's box, You have to see the darkness before it's all gonna get cleared out. So yeah, that's my little thought for today. And since you have reached the end of this video, my tidbit for you is, if you are looking for something juicy to research, Ho'oponopono, if I'm saying it correctly, that is an ancient Hawaiian prayer that you can say when you're having a conflict with someone. It's basically like you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And what it does, this is entirely unrelated to the topic of this video, but I also wanted to speak about it, and why not? So if you've made it this far, Ho'oponopono is basically you're taking responsibility for an external event that's happening in your reality. This can be, say, a conflict between you and someone, a conflict between you and an event, or you and a person, or between two people, or you can just say it to help heal someone. The reason it works is it's based on this idea that everything in this reality is a reflection of us. It's based on the idea that we create our own reality, and therefore if we create our reality, we're creating everything that we're perceiving, everything that we see happening, which means that even things that you think are outside of yourself, such as conflicts between different people or different things that someone else is struggling with. Say your friend is struggling with someone, you may think, it's not my issue, it's not my problem, that's them, that's not me. But if we go back to the idea that we create our own reality, that we are the creators of everything that's happening around us because we are the creators. Therefore, if we take responsibility for this, if we take responsibility for it, and we say, I'm sorry, we've taken responsibility. Please forgive me. Creator, please forgive me for manifesting this. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you as in the wish fulfilled, as in Creator has granted that. And then I love you, which is returning back into oneness. So I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. When we say those magic words, if we say them over different things or events, maybe think, do you have any conflicts or anything you want to smooth out in your life, or even about yourself? You just say that over whatever it is in your life, like a prayer. And I encourage you to see if that helps, to see if you feel a change, because I know I've done it years ago about some dynamics within my family, and I felt a change. I felt like it helped things, help bring things to the surface and help things move and clear, and my relationships are a lot better than they used to be. And so I encourage you to try it, and maybe you'll find it helpful. But anyway, I wish you have a beautiful day, and I hope you know that you are so full of love and you can do so many great things. And this whole life is just such a mystery. You never know what each day is going to bring. I think that a lot when I wake up. Like, I don't know what today is going to bring, and that's it's so beautiful because it's such a surprise. We don't know what's going to happen in each of our days, and I love that. I love the mystery of it. It's like a box of chocolates. If you've heard the phrase, life is like a box of chocolates. But yeah, I wish you to have a wonderful day. Maybe have a pattern disruption and choose something different. Choose a different way home, or choose to create something different, or maybe bake, or create a little painting, or draw a little bit. Whatever. Maybe change your hair up. Do your hair in a different color or something. But that is all I have for you. I hope you know that you are so, so important, and you are cared for and loved. I love you, and I know you can do great things. And I send you forward with love and with light and with the knowledge that we are all so powerful and you are amazing. I love you.